What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So for this video, I wanted to go over my top 5 credit cards for travel and travel related perks. This is a highly requested video from my friends, from very close friends. So I just hope it catches a lot of traction with all of the other viewers. But before I get into it, definitely consider hitting that like button. Also, if you could hit that subscribe button and notification button so you never miss out on anything that I post. I'm doing a giveaway of 2 Amazon gift cards when I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm very close. I think I'm somewhere around 850. I'll put it up here. So I'm really close, and if you're looking to get into that, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be entered. So I wanted to make this video because there are a lot of people that are close to me that don't understand miles, don't understand rewards, membership rewards, don't understand the points system. And they really want to know, how much is that in cash? How much is that in travel? How much is that everywhere else that you spend it? And it's not that difficult to figure out, because a lot of these companies, a lot of these different cards will lay it out on the line for you. They'll basically put everything out there to say, this is worth 1 cent per point. This is worth 1.5 cents per point. And if they do that, then you can do the calculations yourself. You can go into Excel. You can do it in a calculator if you want. But it's not that difficult, and people overthink things. So they just strictly go to the cashback option because it's the easiest to understand. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just dive right into it. I have 5 cards to go over, so it might take me some time. So the first card that I want to go over is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I hear a lot about this card from YouTubers, from close friends, from doctors that I'm close with. They're always talking about this card, that it has so many perks and has so many benefits, but I can't really get past the annual fee. So let me get into this card. With this card, you want to be in the top tier of your credit score, preferably around the 750 to 850 range. They recommend that you be in 720 to 850, but just to be safe, for you not to get denied, 750 to 850 is definitely more likely for you to get approved. Obviously, if you have a higher credit score, you're going to get approved. A big perk that they have with the Chase Sapphire Reserve is the bonus points. They have 50,000 bonus points when you spend $4,000 in your first 3 months. So if you're that type of person that can spend $4,000 in 3 months, then this card is for you. If you're a person that travels a lot, this card is for you. But if you're that person that can't spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, it just doesn't make sense for you to get this card, because you're going to try and overspend, not be able to pay off the card, and then you have issues with the bonus points, and then also issues with late payments, and then your credit score is messed up. So I'm not recommending this to people who don't normally spend $4,000 in 3 months. If you spend $4,000, get this card, because that is a great bonus structure. Other perks is that you get 3 times points on dining, 3 times points on travel, and 3 times points on everything else. So if you're a person that frequently travels, this card is definitely for you, because you're going to get 3 times points on whatever you spend. So it only makes sense if you're a person that travels. I'm not a person that travels a lot. I expect to in the future, but not now. So I don't have this card. If you're a person that eats out a lot, then this card could be for you, because you get 3 times points on dining. But then if you also wanted points, if you're not currently getting points, then you can get 1 times points, but I don't think it'll equal out to the annual fee that you have. Another perk is that you have a $300 airline credit. This comes in handy. You can use it on plenty of things when it comes to airlines. So if you have $300, that really cuts away from the annual fee. So all these pros are definitely great, but what are the cons, right? One big con is a $450 annual fee. I know $450 is a lot. But if you weigh all of your options, you get a $300 airline credit, you get 50,000 rewards points if you spend $4,000 in your first month, which could amount to $750. So basically, with those 2 numbers right there, you're already profitable. With just the 50,000 bonus points, you're profitable. But keeping it the second year and the third year, will you be profitable? I don't know. It all depends on your spending. One more con is that you can only get 1 card free. The second card is an additional $75. So altogether, if you have you and your spouse spending money on this card, you could pay $525 as an annual fee every single year for this card. Now, if you're not spending the right way, this can go in the wrong direction very fast. So you have to make sure that you know what you're going to spend your money on. You just weigh your options when it comes to these cards. The next card that we're going to talk about is the American Express Gold Card. This is a card that I love. I talk about all the time. I recently got into a little bit of a situation with rewards points, but I actually got that all figured out, got it fixed. Their customer service is amazing, so they helped me out a lot. But this is a card that I love. One big perk that I had when I got the card was 50,000 rewards points when I spent $2,000 in the first 3 months. That's way better than the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is $4,000 in the first 3 months. So basically you're spending less, but that promotional period is over. It's around 35,000 membership rewards points for $2,000 spent, which is still a lot of money. If you do it at 1 cent per point, it's $350, which eats into the annual fee that they have. Credit score that you need for this card is about 690 to 850. You just want to be in the upper tier for any of these cards because you are getting a ton of perks. Other perks that it has is it has 4 times points on groceries, 4 times points on dining, 3 times points on travel, 1 times on everything else. And then you have 2 credits. You have 1 credit of $120 per year on dining, which would be with like Grubhub and other places. I use it for Grubhub. You also have a $100 airline credit, which I'm planning on using. So right there, that eats into the annual fee as well. So this is something that I love. If you haven't seen my American Express video, I'll post that down below. But all of these cards, I'm gonna post the link to them down below. American Express, I'm gonna post my referral code, which I believe you get 40,000 rewards points if you spend $2,000 in your first 3 months. So you get an extra 5,000 compared to the regular offer. Cons that this card does have is that it's a $250 annual fee. It's a pretty steep fee, but everything else outweighs it. You know, with the membership rewards points at like $350, and then you also have other perks with the credits that can equal out to $220. So then put all that together and you're over your annual fee. It only makes sense. Next is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is basically structured the same way as the Chase Sapphire Reserved, but just a little bit less because you're paying less of an annual fee. You get 60,000 points when you spend 4,000 in your first 3 months, which is amazing because you're getting more points. They're valued a little bit less, but you're getting more points. Credit score that you need for this is a little lower than the Reserve. You will only need 690 to 850 in order to get this card, in order to be approved for this card. So that's definitely great because it doesn't hold the same weight as the Reserve, but you still have great perks when it comes to travel. Travel perks on this is you get 2 times points on dining, 2 times points on travel, and then 1 times on everything else. So it's basically 1 less than the Reserve. I know the Reserve is 3 times points on all of those categories besides the everything else piece. That's 1 times. So you're getting a lot in return and you're paying less of an annual fee. The only con that they have really is a $95 annual fee. And then you also don't have all of the different credits that you will get with other cards. Like the $300 airline credit, you don't have that. You're losing out on all these credits, but you're still gaining membership rewards points, which hold weight to them. So if you're looking for a card, a good card, this is a $95 annual fee. It's not bad at all. And you get perks as long as you get the bonus points. If you don't get the bonus points, then I mean, I wouldn't say that it holds a ton of weight because I don't travel that much. So this is another card that I'm not into, but it definitely has a lot of value. So the next card that I'm going to talk about is the Capital One Venture card. And this card is a great card for someone who doesn't want to spend a huge annual fee, but still get the perks in return. This card offers 50,000 miles when you spend $3,000 in your first 3 months. So that's not bad at all. It's $1,000 per month. It's not bad. And you get 50,000 rewards points, which if you look at it at 1 cent per point, $500, that's way past the annual fee. But the annual fee actually comes in as a pro for this card because the first year it's waived. And it's a $95 annual fee normally, but it's waived for the first year, and then the second year you have your annual fee. So that's definitely something to look forward to if you're looking to get a bonus and not pay an annual fee. This is a card you would want to look into. It's not a bad offer. This is why I'm telling you. It's a great card. For this card, you would need to be in the $690 to $850 range. There might be a little bit of wiggle room with all of these different credit ranges that you need to be in order to get these cards. There's a little wiggle room. You might get approved at a lower credit score, or that, I wouldn't say higher credit score because you can't go higher than 850, but you could be approved at a different credit score. So other perks is that you get 2 times points on everything, which is a great perk. You don't have to worry about 1 times on anything else. You can use this for all of your other things that you want to use it for. So like say if you have an Amex card and you use that on groceries and you use it on dining, but you went and bought something at Target, now you get 2 times points with this card because you use this card. So it's a way to rack up your miles and use things in different areas for different expenses. If you stay at these hotels often, then you can get a ton of rewards from this and get more hotel stays, get more travel perks. So the con with this card is that you lack all of the different credits that you get with like an American Express or a Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you lose out on that, but you still have a great card. The next card is the Barclaycard Arrival Plus. This is a card that I'm not really familiar with. I just seen it on my research, but it did have a lot of perks, so I decided to put it on here. If you want to go with something that I'm more familiar with, you would go with the first 4. So for this card, you want to be in the $690 to $850 range. Also, you get a large perk, which is 70,000 bonus points when you spend $5,000 in your first 3 months. So that's a definite steal. 70,000 points is a definite steal. And then you get 2 times points on everything else. With this card, it does have a con of an $89 annual fee. And then you have a minimum statement credit of $100. So if you're looking to credit your statement for $50, you can't do it. So that's something that's a big con, because I know other cards you can pretty much credit your statement at like $20. So there you go, guys. That's my video for my top 5 credit cards for travel related perks. I love talking about this stuff. I love talking about credit cards. Hopefully it reaches the people that need it, the people that want to know about different travel related cards and all of the perks that they offer. So hopefully you liked this video. I hope it didn't go on too long, but if you do, hit that like button. That helps me out tremendously. And that's how I know that you like the video, is when you hit that like button. So go ahead and hit that like button. Also, comment down below. Let me know if you have any of these cards, if you find value out of any of these cards, or if you have something else. You have something to argue to get in my top 5. Maybe I might cave in a little bit. So definitely shoot me a comment down below. Also, if you can hit that subscribe button and notification button so you never miss out on anything that I post. I'm doing a giveaway of 2 Amazon gift cards when I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark. And like I said, I'm very close. I'm somewhere around 850. So definitely put your name in the hat. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.